In acknowledgement of Black History Month, today's topic will be a collaboration with other history content creators. My topic will be focusing on the origins of Great Zimbabwe, a culture that created the largest stone structures south of the Sahara. Be sure to check out the topics centered on African history or the African diaspora created by the other brilliant YouTubers. Links to all the creators will be readily available by the end of this video. What up, African world? It's Home Team here, and welcome back to another video of African history, culture, and worldview. By supporting this channel on Patreon, you're helping in the creation of these videos and contributing to this content. The link to Patreon is in the description box below. Also, stay tuned with a word from my sponsors.
Hello, my name is Howard Dorsey. I'm 54 years old. I'm here to talk about my experience with herbal results. I was getting sick, so I went to the doctor, and they told me that my blood pressure was high, my cholesterol was borderline or high, so I was very sick. You know, sometimes I thought I was dying at some point. And I ordered a bottle of olive leaf extract. This is how the bottle comes in. And within the first probably week and a half, 2 weeks, I checked my blood pressure and it was back down to normal. It was like 120/80. My cholesterol went down to 125. You know, I definitely believe that olive leaf extract from Herbal Results saved my life. And that's real. I mean, I recommend it to everyone in my family, my friends, and we've seen a lot of results in that manner as well.
Purchase now at herbalresults.net.
The African civilization, popularly known as Great Zimbabwe, was a stratified African culture that existed in the modern-day country of Zimbabwe, beginning about the 12th century. This African civilization received plaudits from foreign observers, who considered their stone structures so impressive that African parentage was out of the question. It seems as though the Shona elite, the actual founders of Great Zimbabwe, accomplished their goal in creating a space that evoked majesty and splendor. The marvelously built stone edifices were the center of a flourishing gold trade that produced massive amounts of wealth for the Shona kings. Moreover, these large stone structures were built without mortar, adding to its uniqueness. The Portuguese, upon their arrival in the 16th century, considered it an accomplishment of the legendary Queen of Sheba. Cecil Rhodes and his followers even drew parallels between the African structures and the ancient Greek Acropolis. However, despite the cries of genuine scholarship which illustrated an African origin, the socio-political lore of Great Zimbabwe and its implications rested on foreign origins. Great Zimbabwe was undoubtedly a great African achievement founded by the Shona peoples. But what was its origins? It's difficult to imagine that the Shona people woke up one day and decided to build these elaborate structures. History has a tendency not to work that way. The general consensus seems to be that Great Zimbabwe arose from an earlier civilization known as Mapungubwe. Mapungubwe was located south of Great Zimbabwe, where the Shashi and Limpopo River meet. According to one scholar named Thomas Huffman, in regards to territory and social complexity, Mapungubwe was Southern Africa's first state. Other scholars give important information regarding this society. The Mapungubwe cultural landscape is a significant site because it is associated with the development of socio-political complexity in Southern Africa. The evolution of the state at Mapungubwe was a gradual development which began during the 11th century to probably the 14th century and beyond. Now, the 11th century date is in reference to a region called K2, which was a site near Mapungubwe and whose leaders eventually left to go reside at the Mapungubwe hilltop site. Once there, they only stayed for a brief time, as you'll see later. Concerning the length of Mapungubwe's reign, you'll find differing dates, but around 1290 seems to be the most popular date of its collapse. Regardless, the similarities between Mapungubwe and Great Zimbabwe are noteworthy. The social structure of Mapungubwe was three-tiered. At the top of the political ladder were the chiefs or kings who lived in stone houses high up on the hill. The second tier was occupied by their wives and associates who lived nearby but separate. The third tier, the majority of the population, was made up of the peasants, craftspeople, and laborers who were dependent on the elite. This system in which the aristocracy lived, isolated from their subjects, is one of the earliest found in southern Africa. Thomas Huffman believes Mapungubwe and Great Zimbabwe share common Zimbabwe culture, and that each capital had 5 components, such as a palace, a court royal wives area, a place for the followers, and a place for the guards. The similarities between the two led Hoffman to propose that Great Zimbabwe's origin lies within the older site at Mapungubwe. Mapungubwe was inhabited for only some 70 to 80 years, from about 1220 to 1290/1300. In this short time, the spatial organization continued to evolve into a distinct and new elite pattern. A stone-walled palace on the hilltop separated the leader from his family and followers, whereas other stone walling demarcated entrances to elite areas, noble housing, and boundaries of the town center. These and other similarities with Great Zimbabwe demonstrate that the elite Zimbabwe pattern originated at K2 and Mapungubwe, rather than at Great Zimbabwe itself. The traditional idea is that the Africans at Mapungubwe abandoned the site and some of the elite participated in or influenced the development at Great Zimbabwe. Despite the strong evidence of Great Zimbabwe's parentage comfortably residing in Mapungubwe, some scholars point out the issues surrounding this popular consensus. For one thing, the years of research surrounding the Mapungubwe site was investigated and interpreted with little input from the local African populace. Also, the origins discussion historically has been tainted by political motivations. Talk of reassessing the relationship between Mapungubwe and Great Zimbabwe are ongoing. Yet, the strongest evidence we have for now seems to point to the influence of Mapungubwe civilization. Another site of consideration has been a place called Mapela, that was also a major center of the overall Zimbabwe culture. While I'm all out, guys, be sure to check out the other brilliant creators in the link above. If you like these videos and want to help in its continued production, consider supporting the home team on patreon.com. The link is in the description box below. Know thyself. Remember your ancestors. Peace.